Are you ready to walk into your heart today? Yesterday's message was about how is your heart? What's going on? And today's energy feels like one step deeper. Are you ready to go into your heart? Are you ready to be that magnetic field of your heart? Wow, and as I say that, the scenery just like got so freaking gorgeous. I'm driving up towards the Catskills to visit family. And it's so beautiful up here. And as I'm driving, ooh, baby, you know, and taking in all of this and letting myself receive the messages of the divinity, of all the beautifulness of this world, and tapping into the collective energy that we're all a part of. The feeling is like, are you ready to go in? Not just know what's happening, but are you ready to see and handle what's in your heart? Are you ready for that? Are you ready for yourself? Right? I feel like as you heard that, you're like, whoa, I don't know. What does that mean? Are you ready to heal your heart? Are you ready to really put to rest the pain? Because a lot of the times we're like, yes, I want to put to rest the pain. It hurts so much. But as soon as we start saying, okay, now, then let's start dropping it. Let's start releasing it. But no, but this person did this and that. You have to drop it. Let it go. Soltar is to let go. Right? And letting go, like really letting go. Letting go is not about right and wrong. It's letting go everything that's enmeshed with it. Right? So for instance, let's say a heartbreak in a relationship where you really thought it was gonna go somewhere and it didn't. And you really feel foolish, you feel like you wasted time or whatever, right? And your heart just, you don't have trust anymore. And that's where you have to begin, is to start building trust with yourself. It's always been about yourself, and the thing is, a lot of us have not been taught to trust in ourselves. We've been taught to trust in the external, right? Like as children, we were taught, I know I was like, you just have to believe what the adults said, right? Whatever they said is what it was. And you had to believe that they had your best interest at heart. And for the most part, yes, maybe. But no one knows what you need more than you know what you need. He agrees. You agree, Rocky? Roar, 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 roar. Yeah, what else you want to say, baby? Right? There is this like underlying heaviness inside of you right now that you have not let go, because you feel if you let it go, you're gonna find yourself in it again. And the thing is, if you don't let it go, you will find yourself in it again. It is in the letting go that you open up the possibility of not having it happen again. But we're so used to holding on tight, right? And sometimes holding on causes more pain than the letting it be, right? It's, yeah, that hurt, and I'm calling myself back. I start reminding myself of my love. The same love I poured into the other, I will now pour into them. If I would wake up every Saturday morning to make them their favorite breakfast, then I'm going to start doing that for me. Right? And moving forward, when I find myself in relationship, right? When you're talking to yourself, when you find yourself in relationship, you make sure you never let that go. You never let go of the parts of you that you did for yourself, right? Let's say you're really into spirituality and you pull a card every day or you meditate every day, and the person in whom you are communing with isn't really in that. You still do what you have to do. You still make sure you do that for you, right? Because that's a part of you. And that's where it's like, this is the thing where you build your trust with yourself, is when you find yourself still showing up for yourself. The reason why you don't have trust is because you don't trust, you broke your own trust and then blaming it on someone else. We got to see things a little more clearly, right, Rocky? Right? It's like seeing things a little more clearly. There's a lot of things that in society that has been put upon us to in a way of deception, and our job now is to break through that, right? Like, as I digest more into the spirituality and learning more around um, healings and different healing modalities, I'm learning a lot around like all these subliminal things that we partake in. Like, for instance, um, the word spelling. I know a lot of you have heard this before, but if you haven't, I'm going to say it. Right? We say when we're writing, we're spelling a word. Well, what is spelling? It's casting a spell. When we watch TV or we're watching a Broadway show or we're watching something, we call them the cast, right? Because they're casting a spell, right? The thing is, they're playing some role, and we're also watching and becoming a part of it. How many times you've watched a movie and you have identified yourself with the character in the movie? And we think that is nothing, but actually it is moving our energy in that direction, right? If you're watching a movie where the person is constantly lost and constantly in bad relationships and constantly in pain or blah, 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 guess what your psyche thinks about your experience? The same. Because what we see with our eyes, we cannot distinguish in the brain that is us or someone else. Like, in that regard, when we're watching a TV or something, because our emotions are getting intermeshed with it. And that's why we have to be very mindful of these things, right? And that's just like a few surface level stuff. Like, there's just so many things around harvesting our energy that we have to be more aware of, right? And I'm not going to go into that depth here right now in today's message and the weekend message, because this is for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? Because we need to kind of sit with it. We can't just keep watching another video, checking. No, sit with yourself and integrate what you're learning. If you're listening to this, take this in. Don't run to the next thing, because what you're doing is you're looking for yourself to be entertained, right? And in that, you're allowing yourself to be casted somehow, to be harvested somehow. And so right now, your heart is calling you to listen, to slow down, to heal, to step into it, to step into your heart, right? I know I'm a little bit all over the place, and that's okay, right? What I want to share here and what I feel in my spirit to share with you for this weekend in this message is for us to step into our heart space And as we step into our heart space, that we become really transparent with ourselves and start really having the conversations of trust with ourselves that are of substance, right? And what I mean by that is you've been giving your life into other people's hands, right? And then you wonder why you don't have trust. You're not here to give your life to someone else. You're here to live it for you. It's your responsibility, right? And we think of responsibility so negatively, but actually responsibility is very, it's a part of our freedom. When we can see, wow, I can decide what to do, and it's my responsibility to go for it. If I want to move in a year, then it is up to me to put myself in accountability for that. It is for me to save money. It's for me to start looking where I want to go. If I want to change my job, if I want to enter a new relationship, whatever it is you. You are the magic key. You are the key. You are the light. You are the seed. It is you. But there's a lot of parts of you that is stuck in times that of pain. And that's why right now we're being called to step into our heart and visit that part of ourselves. Visit your heart. This is that moment to visit you. If someone were to knock on the door of your heart and go in, what would they see? Be that curious about your own heart. Don't just try to keep getting entertained and satisfied from the external world. It's not going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you a temporary satisfaction, maybe, and then left right back at where you were and feeling more sad because now you have another experience to validate why you're not enough. You got to be enough for you. You just got to be enough for you. You got to fall in love with you again. With every part of you. The part of you that's angry, the part of you that's sad, the part of you that's happy. Every part of you. I went around, I think it was like 8 to 10 years without crying. Because I was taught that crying was for weak. It made you weak. It made you vulnerable. And what that actually made me was angry, resentful, horrible to be around. I could not see clearly. I was so disconnected from my spirit, from myself, from my heart. I couldn't even know what my desires were. That's what that did for me. And once I stopped that shit, and I said, I can't hold this anymore. And it was so hard, and it's still pretty hard for me to cry. It I started to feel the opposite of what I thought it was. Right? When it was like, oh, weak or whatever, I actually started to feel more liberated. I felt more space inside my chest. I finally started to feel like I could let go. I wasn't tight. I wasn't feeling like this. I was in so much pain and in so much like grief, and didn't allow myself to feel anything because I needed to be tough, that my body started caving inwardly. My shoulders caved in, my breast started to fall, right? Like everything just started to cave in because I started going like this without even knowing it, right? So part of my exercise now is to open up, let my hands, my arms go free, right? Express, let my body be free, let it open up, remove that heaviness, right? And anyone who does somatic work knows that when you start moving certain parts of your body, you have also emotional releases. That's for a reason. Our body is a place of think of it like our computer, right? It has all the hardware and software within it, right? And depending on how we take care of it, how we listen to it, well then will be what how fast it operates, right? We start getting these viruses in our computer when we are not allowing ourselves to express emotion, right? Because then the hard drive becomes too much information. At some point, we need to empty out the hard drive so that we can bring in more stuff, right? Like that is with everything. That's also with us. You see it in nature when it's fall time and the leaves fall and they fly away from the tree. They're not like, no, or maybe they are, I'm not really sure. But the tree is not standing there saying, I'm gonna die now, I'm never gonna live. The tree is like, no, this is my season of letting go, right? It lets go, knowing that spring one day will come and new life will come through them. But they have to let go, right? And so right now it's like, be like the tree in fall when it is just surrendering to the process of the leaves falling. The tree isn't like decaying with the leaves. No, it knows that that is the process. And the leaves itself know that I was just here for a moment in time. And that's how our emotions are. They're here for a moment in time, right? The anger, the happiness, the sadness, the joy, the laughter. We don't laugh forever. We don't cry forever. Right? No, it's a moment in time. All the emotions are the leaves, but we are the tree, right? We're the ones that stand there in the truth, and we have to be willing to go through the cycles of the release, right? And then there's trees that give fruit, right? Those are our children, those are our projects, right? Some fruit get ate and some be left on the ground to decay and become a whole other tree. Again, another process. That's where we as adults have to let the youth also learn their stuff but hold their hand in it, right? We witness them. Oh, you're not alone in this, but you have to go through this, right? Every parent has to watch their child go through heartbreak, get bullied, right? Like go through all these cycles of life, go to school feeling, you know, feeling like they don't want to, all of these things, and we have to witness it. It's witnessed in everything. So right now, it's like you are now needing to go inside the bark of the tree. Go inside yourself and see what is there for you. And see what you need to soltar, what you need to let go, and what you need to call back to you. Because there are parts of you that I feel that you've let go because it wasn't appreciated by others. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be. You need to appreciate it. You need to appreciate your own art, your own freedom of expression, your own way of being, right? My art is through the way I can see the world, going through the underworld, experiencing face to face with the demon. I went face to face. I was in the underworld, face to face with those demonic voices, with the devil in my face. I literally saw it. And at that time, I was scared shitless. How I got out? Because I just knew I had to. I had some level of faith within me, right? The way that I saw the world, I'm like, you're just here to scare me. You actually cannot do anything to me. And when I started to have that realization, and stood in that truth, I started to see they could do whatever they want around me. They could scare me, put whatever sounds and stuff. Like, it got to the point where I would, in my sleep, I would astral project without wanting to. I wasn't like, ooh, let me astral project out my body. No, I was not trying to. I was scared. And when I would astral project, I would be encountering these lower frequencies, these lower energies, face to face with the devil. And I was literally in the underworld. And then I just knew I wasn't alone. And it tried to attack my voice. It tried to mute me. That was the place where it tried to stop me, because it knew that once I knew this, I will speak this. And that would be the destruction of that. Because once we put awareness to the dark, that dark doesn't exist anymore. Even no matter what it tries to do, right? Like, it got to the point I would astral project. I remember one incident that I astral projected, and I started to feel really weak and very distant from my physical body. I really thought I wasn't going to be able to get back. And it was, all of that. And then all of a sudden, I just stood there and I said, no, in the power of who I am, that I am, and I know who I am. And I know that your tactic is fear. You cannot do nothing to me anymore because I see through you. The energy started shaking and tried to like get even stronger at some point in the music. It tried to change my music because I had like spiritual, like soft, angelic music playing in the background. And it tried to make it sound demonic and scary. And I was like, you can't scare me no more. Right? Like, there was this moment where I just knew that. And I share this because not everyone has that strength. I don't know how I got that strength, but that's a part of me. And that's why I speak now. That's why I share now. That's why I'm not afraid to say what I need to say now. And I don't care who it reaches to, right? At this point, I've been there. I saw what it was. I saw the flame. And I saw it couldn't touch me. And the only way it could touch me is if I allowed it somehow. Through the fear.
There are police reported ahead.
Right? So, as you sit with today and you go into your heart, don't be afraid of what you find. No. See yourself. Be yourself. Allow yourself to see the truth. Be the truth. Right? Be the voice. Don't be afraid. Right? Even if you feel afraid, tell yourself you're not. Because I remember in that incident that I saw that and the energy started shaking in front of me and changed the music. And it tried to get really in my face and scare me. And I just stood there. And yeah, I was growing weak because it was a lot of energy. And I felt my body really, really tired. But I just stood there and I witnessed it go through all this. And then all of a sudden, it just burst into tiny particles, just exploded. Like, it could not withstand my presence anymore. And then I went back into my body. And I woke up and I was really, really exhausted. I remember. And I went back to sleep because I needed to recalibrate. But this time I wasn't afraid. I didn't, like, oh, I'm afraid I need to leave the light on or anything. I was like, no, I just need to rest because of what I just endured. I was just in the underworld. So, for those of you struggling deeply with depression and deep sorrow, deep grief, know that you're in the underworld when you're there. And I would advise that you just sit with yourself and remind yourself of who you are. You're not weak. You're not little. You're not unimportant. You actually are so important. That's why you're being feeling so heavy. All right, I wasn't expecting on sharing that in today's message, talking about the heart. But I trust the process of what comes through. So I'll leave you with this as you reflect on this weekend's message. What will you find when you walk into the sacred space of your heart? What will you see? Don't be afraid, right? The worst is behind you. So this is what I want you to do in that, okay? So let yourself be, see, there's no magic way, there's no magic pill. You know, I might start doing some I'm thinking of doing like some group calls where we can sit together and, like through Zoom or something. I'll figure out whatever software, but like that we can sit and share our experiences and come out together, go get out of the underworld together, retrieve ourselves back to ourselves, Let me know if you're interested in that. Leave a comment. And I also want to let you know that I still have the sessions happening. The awareness calls are still open on my site, Soy La Medicina. And we can connect one-on-one and really see what's going on for you personally. All right, my friends. Until the next time, from my heart to yours, de mi corazón hasta la tuya. Ciao.